Am I the asshole for leaving my girlfriend stranded when she chose to ignore me? I 27 went to a pumpkin patch with my girlfriend 22 and a bunch of her friends. I was told it was a couples thing, but I was the only guy there. That's fine. I am okay with her friends. I am past the whole cutesy date thing, but I like making her happy. But then they all started ignoring me. Every time I tried to join a conversation or spend time with my girlfriend, I got frozen out. Like I was intruding. I asked her if she wanted to go do the corn maze with me, and it was like I was some creepy guy at a bar. They all had to come along. Like I was trying to separate her. I totally was, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Anyways, they all decided to split up in the maze and my girlfriend went with them. Fuck this noise. I could go catch the Seahawks game if I boogied. So I texted her that she had 5 minutes to respond to me or I was going back to town to watch the game and she could get a ride back with her friends. I was literally watching the second quarter before she responded. It took her that long to notice that I was gone. She said her friend would have to drive really far out of her way to drop her off and that I should come get her. I was definitely over the limit and I told her to get an Uber and I would pay for it. She said never mind and spent the night at her place instead. I just woke up to about 50 texts from her and her friends calling me an asshole for leaving without telling anyone. I did tell her. She just chose to ignore me. I'm kind of pissed that I wasted all that gas and time and we never even got to actually spend time together. I'm upset with her and her bullshit friends. Am I the asshole? Edit to provide answers to common questions. We have been dating for about 6 months. Our age difference is roughly 3 years and 10 months. I didn't realize that made me a dirty old man. I enjoy taking her out and having fun. She is just starting her career and I am established in mine. So I like taking her out for fun stuff she enjoys. When I said I am past the cutesy date thing, I meant that I would not be the one to suggest a date at a pumpkin patch. But she was a theater kid and I took her to see Hamilton. She loved it. I go out of my way to take her to things she will enjoy. And when we hang out with my friends, they all include he because she is awesome. My friends' wives and girlfriends all enliven her in stuff too. This is the first time she has behaved like this. The pumpkin patch had 5 bars of signal and all of them were posting constantly the entire time they were there. Edit number 2 because I can't do math. The difference in our ages is exactly 4 years and 37 days. Sorry. Edit 3 for those of you with a problem with our age difference, think of it as her robbing the grave, not me robbing the cradle. Final edit. I think we spoke. It turns out that the friends were pissed that I showed up. Not because I was there, but because the other boyfriends all blew them off to watch the game. So they basically convinced her that it should be a girls' day. Which was fine. If she had told me, I would have gone to a pub nearby to get some food, have a beer and wait for her to get back to me. I was wrong about her sorority sister from Los Angeles being the tipping point. She was the one saying that they were being dicks excluding me. So I feel kinda bad about that. Not the asshole. She literally just used you as a free ride to her friends' get-together. Would not even be surprised if the girls were planning something shady and got upset that you showed up. You are over the cutesy phase, so I assume you guys are not together for long. If so, dump her. She is just using you until something better shows up. Couples don't act like this. Honestly, he should dump her for being over the cutesy stage alone. My husband and I still do cutesy couple stuff a couple times a year because it's fun to be silly and I love themed events. Yeah, my significant other and I have known each other 10 years, dating for 3. You know what our favorite couple photo is? A themed pirate picture from a time we went to a pirate musical. Not the asshole. Celebrating 13 years with my partner today. Last night I wore a sheet mask and he started humming the Halloween theme song. Then I kissed him and he said it was like getting a wet, sticky kiss from the predator, so I growled, clicked at him. We're good adults, I swear. I've been married 26 years and still take my wife to a local orchard with animals because she likes to feed the goats. Do I care about walking around for 2 hours with 400 screaming kids to buy overpriced cider and donuts? No. Do I like watching her smile when goats attack her for a cup of snacks? Yep. Not the asshole. In my opinion, she kind of tricked you into coming there, and after you went she iced you out and ignored you, which is not okay. You gave her a heads up before leaving as well. Technically she was not stranded as she had other company. Had you left her alone this would be a different situation. But because she had company as well, I believe you are not the asshole at all. I mean, sending her a text and leaving after 5 minutes isn't really a heads up. Bit this aside, I agree with NTA. In fairness, it took probably over half an hour for her to even reply to the message. How do you not notice that someone in your group has been missing for half an hour? Given that he claims not hearing back until the second quarter of the football game, then it's at least 45 minutes, average time for a quarter of American football, plus whatever time it took him to drive to the bar. Not to mention all the ads, those minutes add up quick too. Let alone the talking points and all the replays. The 45 minutes includes all of that. Not the asshole. If this was me, I would be single in the morning. For real, dates with my so and her friends is a no-go unless double date. Depending on the quality of the relationship, this is mostly a sign for me to quit, because I have a feeling I won't be a priority now or in the future. I have a smartwatch, so messages from my so will be read immediately, others can wait. Edit. A situation comparable to this one happened. I was at a party with my partner, she did some modeling work and was gorgeous, so all the guys tried to get head attention. Whenever we were in a circle all talking, the others literally physically forced me out of the circle, by standing closer to each other. After making 2 to 3 attempts at conversing, messaged my partner and left. We got in a fight, broke up 2 days after, and the day after we broke up she started dating a guy from that party. Bullet dodged? I mean, I brought my so out with some of my friends before who weren't dating. The thing is though, is that I introduced them, and they quickly hit it off and became friends themselves. I didn't, however, just ignore her while being around my friends for the sake of my friends. I am past the whole cutesy date thing, so I was ready to say not the asshole, but this comment is kind of revealing. Any guy that thinks dating equals playing cute and doing what they want until you're long enough in that you can stop, is generally an asshole who doesn't understand healthy relationships. Based on your version of events, not the asshole. But I'd be $, there's a whole lot you left out. Also, don't date 22-year-olds and expect maturity lol. Really good point about original poster's comment about being past cutesy dating. Now he's at the stage where he'll throw down ultimatums and punish her without even trying to talk first. Also, don't date 22-year-olds and expect maturity lol, precisely. If you want to date someone that young, don't be surprised when they act it. I'm in my 40s and my wife and I still do cutesy dates. Literally went to a pumpkin patch with her this weekend just to go on a cute date, then we came home and chilled by the fire with hot spiced mead. Cutesy dates aren't just for couples in the early stages of dating? This guy said he told her he was leaving, but did she actually hear him? And he sent her a text, not a call, before he ditched her. Yeah, when do you reach the punishment and ultimatum stage in a relationship? Either way, they both sound better off without the other. No, you're not the asshole. It was obviously a bad call on her part for her to coax you into going. She should have known how the situation was going to play out. Also, shame on her friends for treating you like an outsider. My friends and I always make sure to include our friends' significant others in conversation and activities because we all know what it's like to be the odd person out. Also, the fact that it took her that long to realize that you weren't there or to check her phone to me shows precisely where you rank in importance in her life. Then because you didn't hang around like a good little puppy dog waiting patiently for her, she chose to shit-talk you to her friends all night, which I can guarantee is what they were doing, because that's what women do in groups together when they are angry. Your girlfriend sounds ridiculously inconsiderate. Not only do I think that you're not the asshole, I think it's time to get a new girlfriend or to just go back to being single. I mean, if you're running into these kinds of problems with something this small and simple, imagine what things will be like when life really gets complicated. Do you really think she's going to step up to the plate and be a better person than she has shown herself to be? Make sure to write in, not the asshole, or the bot won't count your vote. But I agree. She kind of disregarded him, he may as well not have shown up. Not the asshole. Your girl doesn't sound like she's matured yet, plus she's with her girls, so they'll have been feeding into her innocence in this argument, which won't help, so she won't admit she's wrong. I mean, she's 22, so she definitely hasn't. I'm 19 and wouldn't pull this shit. 16. Wouldn't do this. When you have a problem with your partner, you go to your partner and tell them. Not tell anybody else, cause you and your SO's business is that only you and your SO's. Also, I know what healthy communication is too, where is that? I do have to say original poster could do a little better, but he still communicated, set a reasonable boundary, and this happened because she chose to ignore him. Let's be honest too, she didn't miss that text with how immature she sounds. She saw it and chose to ignore it and thought she'd get her way and is now throwing a hissy fit because she didn't. The only thing op could do better, say, hey babe, I felt like you ignored me, it made me feel really sad and angry because I was there to spend time with you and you ignored me for your friends. To figure the healthy communication, and if she ignores him then leave honestly. Not enough information. Why are you dating this person when your words for them are dripping with disdain? It seems like he did not want to be there at all. That's not a fun date. It sounds like he only talks to his girlfriend and doesn't engage with the group. That makes for uncomfortable group dynamics and makes the event not fun. It sounds like he takes her to Hamilton and other things to be nice, like he is tallying up a list of times he was nice to weaponize later when they disagree or he wants something. He shouldn't go to things he won't enjoy. Because that means the girlfriend is in charge of trying to salvage the time to make it fun, which ruins the experience. If it turns out that he has no dates to take her on, then it's a sign they are not a good fit. Totally agree with this. I had to scroll way too far to find this perspective. It sounds like upon finding out it wasn't all couples, he began ignoring the other girls in the group. Which is going to make it awkward for everyone, especially his girlfriend, who probably felt like she was pulled in opposite directions. That being said, I don't think anyone in this situation handled things maturely, so I gotta go with everyone sucks here. This will clearly be unpopular, but everyone sucks here. It's bad manners to exclude your date from the group, so she is the asshole. But you did not communicate with her your feelings, you just stormed off like a child. You say you were trying to get her alone. Did you use actual words to communicate this? Hey babe, could I have a word alone for a sec? And it's completely feasible she not text you until second quarter. She may have been lost in the maze or thought you were. Not in a, hey send in the sniffer dogs, way. But that's the way corn mazes work. Getting lost is sometimes expected and part of the fun. I work at a place with a corn maze and many people actively don't check their phones, so it's more challenging. Giving an ultimatum you are leaving 5 minutes before you left is incredibly short notice. Your attitude toward her sounds incredibly condescending. You are over the cutesy date thing. Maybe it's the age difference, but you seem to treat her like a child. 5 minutes left in the pool or else. You are both better off not dating each other. Yes, everyone sucks here. Original poster was pissed off, so for formality's sake he shoot a text and disappeared. She is an asshole for bringing him to an event where he felt out of sorts. He is an asshole for storming off, giving a 5 minutes notice, like in the army. Communicate that you feel uncomfortable and you wish to leave. That you're disappointed that you were brought there under false pretenses. Give her a choice. She's called immature, but he's definitely immature too. All in all, original poster doesn't seem very fond of his girlfriend, so perhaps the guys who comment, ditch her, are right. He'll be doing her a favor. No matter the verdict here, breaking up the right move. This isn't the first time something like this has happened, and they both don't like each other at this point. Not the asshole. Your girlfriend and her friends are acting like young adolescents. If she didn't plan on including you in the outing, she shouldn't have invited you. Sounds like she just needed a ride. And based on the fact that they're acting like a high school clique, they probably had their phones in their hand the whole time, taking pictures probably. I don't think it's normal that she took 2 hours to notice you weren't there when it's supposed to be a group outing. Date someone who is 22 when you are 27, and you are very likely to find they behave a little immaturely at times, because they are immature. This shouldn't be such a surprise to him. You say that like this would be expected from 22 yos, when in all reality you can be a massive asshole at every stage in life, and the shit she pulled wouldn't really be expected of your average 22 yo whatsoever. I definitely know I wouldn't date a 22 yo at 27, but there's a massive difference between some immaturity and treating your partner like actual trash. People really need to stop blaming being an awful person on immaturity, especially at that stage in life. I, too, dated a 22-year-old at 27. It didn't work because of different levels of maturity. By that, we wanted different things. She liked partying, after hours, smoking before work, shotgunning a beer in a shed at a baby shower, the types things I used to do, but had since moved past. What this girl did wasn't that. It was actively being an asshole. Out of curiosity, what age are you supposed to stop shotgunning beers in sheds at baby showers? My, friend wants to know. 22 versus 27 can be a pretty decent maturity gap for some. Sounds like you may need to find someone who is more on your level. Not the asshole. Everyone needs to stop pretending this is a 10+ year age gap. Reddit appears to be full of people who seem to be uncomfortable dating someone unless they share their own birth year and month. She's not being immature, she's being an asshole. It's quite obvious from the story she only asked him to come along because she needed a ride. People who behave this way at 22 tend to still behave this way at 32 and beyond. Hubby and I have a 5-year age difference. We both still have most of the same pop culture knowledge, watch the same cartoons, etc. She sounds like she wanted to hang out with her friends, not her boyfriend. Lol y'all, you all should break up. Everyone sucks here. I believe in come together, leave together in general. So I would not have left without her confirmation. She brought you into a stupid situation though. I feel like lot of people are glossing over original poster's overall attitude too. Lot of people are saying how it doesn't seem like original poster's girlfriend likes him very much, but frankly it doesn't seem like original poster likes her too much either. He literally says how he is over the cutesy date thing, like, Jesus, grow up. Couples can and should have cutesy date things, here and there. It's only healthy. If you've grown so jaded that a date is too cutesy for you, maybe you shouldn't be in relationship in first place. I mean, you act as though everyone is glossing over how he's over the cutest date thing, but you gloss over how he says in the same sentence, but I like making her happy. My husband doesn't like cutesy date things. He's not the uber romantic, picnic in a park kind of guy. His love is more expressed in comedy. I loved cutesy date things and he did them in the beginning, and does so from time to time for me, but if it was completely up to him, and in a world where he knew I wouldn't mind it, he would absolutely drop every cutesy date off the calendar and take me to Taco Bell to throw funny hot sauce quotes at me. He doesn't like them. He's over them. But he likes to make me happy, so he makes sure to surprise me with one every now and then and supplements it by expressing his care in ways that make him comfortable and happy. I have no issue with that. Probably because our sense of humor is the same even if our love for cutesy dates isn't. Not everyone has to like trapezing through a pumpkin patch holding hands. I love that shit. My husband hadn't been to a pumpkin patch, let alone on a date, for years before he met me. He took me that very first year purely because I mentioned wanting to go. It's not about being enthralled by it, it's about compromise. Not the asshole for sure. She sounds pretty rude. I'd for sure have done the same thing. Not the asshole. Sounds like your girlfriend and her friends are in high school. Not the asshole. Does she even like you? Does he even like her? Hope not, after being lied to, dismissed and ignored, then getting the flying monkey treatment by her friends. This wasn't her being young. This was her being a user and an she did exactly what she wanted that day. She's just mad her ride stopped accepting her disrespect. Ellipsis. Did you actually expect her to come back home to you after this? Sorry if you didn't see that coming, bud, but leaving without confirmation that she knows you're leaving is just straight up something you do when you're breaking up, not when you expect to continue the relationship. ETA. Not to mention you literally never talked about it once to her in your account before bailing. Why did you choose not to communicate how you were feeling in that moment so she could have an opportunity to rectify the situation? It sounds like he tried to communicate with her privately, but girlfriend and girlfriend's friends wouldn't let him. So was he supposed to communicate his feelings publicly, in front of girlfriend's friends? Everyone sucks here. You asked the wrong question. Your girlfriend is the asshole for treating you poorly on what was supposed to be a date. You're the asshole for being petty back to her and not actually telling her you were going to leave. Sending a text to someone you were on a date with telling them you were going to leave is not proper communication. It would not have killed you to wait until she got out of the corn maze and then told her how you feel. I mean, it sounds like it took her 30 to 45 minutes to get out of the maze. He was supposed to sit alone and twiddle his thumbs waiting for her for 45 minutes? And then when she got out, would she have been open to having a private conversation about his feelings? Would her friends have let them have the privacy to have that conversation? I just think this was a shitty situation all around. Not the asshole. I think a break from her is a solution here. What does she even expect you to do? She ignores you and hopes you will be there waiting for her. Talk to her that what she did is shitty behavior as well. Not the asshole. Seems like she only needed you for the ride. How long have you been seeing each other? Are there any other red flags that you might have ignored? You are not at fault here, girlfriend and her friends are. Everyone sucks here. This was a dick move, but so was ignoring you. Not the asshole. Some people show a very different side to them depending on who they are around. You can expect to be frozen out next time she is with her friends as well.